So this is a follow-up lesson to the first section we did on using Somewhere Over the Rainbow as a long tone exercise. And so, just to recap, you've got and that, of course, repeats. Now, the next section was known by one of my own music teachers as the ambulance section. Okay, you'll hear why, hopefully. So, remember I said we want to be thinking about tone and we want to be thinking about intervals. So the tone here is very much trying to keep this flowing melody going. In terms of intervals, you've got this minor third interval between C and A. And that wants to be as smooth as possible. If you just listen again there. And then it goes to a major second interval, B flat to C. Notice how prominently D features in this melody. Now D is the relative minor tonic of F. In other words, F major, its relative minor is D minor. And quite often you'll get this D coming through a lot. Now D also functions, as we said in the first video, as kind of like a disguise into C. It resolves to C very well because it's just that step above. And that resolution kind of holds, then we go back to C, so your melody comes back down again. And now here we don't go to B flat the second time round, we go to B natural to D. We take this minor third interval and transpose it up a step. And then go to G. And back to D again. Not to F, to D. Okay, and then now you notice I tongued the F there, that was deliberate, just to give a bit of variation. You know, you've done a lot of slurring the F octaves all the way through. The last time around, you can tongue the F at the top if you want to. The important thing is that you have learnt to slur it all the way through. Okay, so just to run that middle section again, so you've got C and A. You can put a little flow in if you want to. Important note for the quavers, the C and A bit and the B and D bit and B flat and C. Try and think of, if you can, the lyrics, but if you're stuck for the lyrics or you don't know what the lyrics are, if there are no lyrics for a particular piece, not in this example obviously, but think of the word Piccadilly, 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 Piccadilly. Just helps you keep those quavers even because it's very easy to rush that section there. It's very easy to pick up speed on quavers. And it's not what you want to do. You want to keep them nice and even. And of course that GD at the end is a perfect fourth. D to G, we always go from the lower note to the upper note when we're dealing with intervals. and that's another very common interval. So I hope you found that using this Over the Rainbow, first of all, you've got a really nice slow melody to play, and you've got these octaves to think about with your throat. The second thing is trying to think about how notes relate to each other in terms of intervals. And the third thing, of course, is then taking something like Over the Rainbow and trying to get a really good performance out of the piece. And you never know, you may get called to play it on a concert sometime, and it's a really beautiful piece of music to play. So I'm just going to play it for you right at the end. I may put a few twiddly bits, as we like to say, in. But try and hear how I'm trying to express using my throat and everything else on it. So, happy hunting. Crack on with it and see how you get on.